what you see out there so far is obviously there's a cultural, change going on that involves a lot of energy, enthusiasm, just a lot of juice. And it's something that goes along and blends in well with teaching and coaching. We have a lot of staff continuity from the previous year. Our schemes, we have the opportunity to not only, expand on them and kind of elevate their efficiency, but we have a chance to better ourselves through familiarity, which is really important to our players. What you see is a lot of good plays, but not so many. There's still some bad plays out there as well, the typical early camp stuff. But what you see is a group of young men that have really taken to an off-season program, and it's showing up. It's showing up in the way we move, the way we bend, the way we run. We're faster. We're a little bit more explosive. We have better balance and body control, so we can now practice in pads and practice our drills full speed and not end up on the ground. Okay, and that's really important. Last year, we felt that we had to improve the way that we practiced, still being able to do the things that we need to do without ending up on the ground and getting guys hurt. We bend better. We come out of our hips better. We're certainly a little bit more physical up front at the line of scrimmage. And overall, just very solid first couple of days. I think the best part about it is leaders are leading, culture is getting stronger, and we're accomplishing what we need to do in an efficient manner. We're obviously a high-tempo offense, so the tempo of practice has been really, really strong. And I'll tell you, it's hard for the freshmen because they're going through a regimen that they've never, ever experienced before. But they've done a pretty good job keeping up. And as of right now, all freshmen are in play to have playing time. So just a little bit of a snapshot of where we are so far after the first couple of days. So with that being said, open to questions.
Coach, like you said, you've had a couple days to look at the guys now.
Yes, sir.
And you had a bunch of Christmas presents to unwrap, newcomers. Any of them standing out you've had early time to look at that you're going to say, hey, these guys are going to help right away?
Well, you hope Christmas just continues going all the time, right? But, I think you said it best. You always want to see what the new guys can do. You want to see what your guys can do better, right? Because one thing I would like to emphasize is during camp, we do not try to have the offense out-execute the defense or the vice versa. We're looking to find out who can play. The basic fundamentals of blocking, tackling, throwing, catching, right, playing with leverage, all that stuff. And what you see right now, all 5, 6 offensive linemen are in play, okay? Travis Dye, certainly in play right away. At the wide receiver position, being thin like we are, you would think naturally, you'd have a chance to play, but they think they've made a case for themselves, because they are playing really well. Right, and you flop over the decent side of the ball, the defensive side of the ball, and Adrian Jackson right away, stands out as a guy. MJ did a really nice job. Andrew Faliu has stood out as well. Explosive guy, can get to the quarterback at close ground. Steve Stevens has been out here. Hockey has been here since, the January period, but so you kind of lose track and sight of him. But him and Verone McKinley have had really nice starts to practice, and Javon Holland really stands out as a guy as well that's going to be able to help us. So Spencer Webb has definitely made his plays. Tyler Shuck continues to improve. So overall, I don't think we're way too early in camp to make any decisions. Our depth chart is not really a depth chart. We refer to it as an organizational chart so that we can move those magnets all over the place, right, on a day-by-day basis.
Mario, just kind of following up on right here.
There you are. Okay.
Just kind of following up on the freshman offensive lineman. I mean, do you recall your first camp as a freshman, trying to play that position, and what does that say about them?
That's a horrible memory, man. I'm having a good day. You want to bring that up right now.
But
yeah,
what does that say about them that they could
Let me
be ready
explain
right
that
away?
day for you, all right? Being 230 pounds, which I have no business playing offensive line, and you go to the University of Miami, and it's Cortez Kennedy, and it's Russell Maryland, and it's Danny Stubbs, and those types. So I was 6'7", and they shrunk me down to 6'4" by blunting me on a daily basis over there in practice. So it is 100 miles an hour, and you want them to get it right away, and it's not going to happen. It's not. And you have to realize as a coach, you have to have patience to understand this is a whole different environment, right? This is a whole different regimen, a set of demands, and they have great attitudes. I mean, their head is spinning, literally. It's like I've seen eyes go backwards and forward about 15 times, but they're doing a heck of a job because the upperclassmen have done a great job being serving as leaders for them. So, but it's the best thing we can do. Keep teaching, keep going. The way practice is set up nowadays, there are no more 2-a-days. Before we had, what, like 5-a-days, right, back in the day. Now it's, you can't even have a 2-a-day. So we spend a lot of time meeting and bringing them along.
On the right here.
Yeah, Coach, you talk a lot about power on the line of scrimmage. You want to be a line of scrimmage football team, but you also just said, hey, we're an up-tempo team. How do you sort of mesh those two things together, and is that maybe the next phase of college football we'll see? And on that note, 5 years ago, this was a strictly up-tempo. They just blew people away with their up-tempo.
Yes, sir.
What we see this year out of this team?
We know everybody's gone up-tempo, and at the last place I was at, we had to learn a lesson the hard way, right? People were going up-tempo on us, and all of a sudden we were getting outscored. Okay, so we spent the next offseason actually visiting, the university that did us, pretty badly in the bowl game, and combining the elements of up-tempo offense with the physicality at the line of scrimmage. Okay, so it's almost like your increments, right? Your time in between plays is shorter, so you have to train your guys to be just as explosive play 1 through play 90 without giving up a single amount of finish, toughness, and physicality. So it is very easily combined. We have been doing it. The principles of what we play with up front are NFL principles, right? NFL rules, right? The way we ID stuff, the way we block it, our man blocks, double teams, pin and pull schemes, whatever it may be. So that's what we have been working on since the springtime and, our whole installation throughout the entire summer and now the fall. So it's a good combination. You have a quarterback that knows how to manage it, can also flip our stuff to the RPO game that has really been effective in practice. So that's what you can expect from us, being explosive, being fast, but being physical at the line of scrimmage. We do not want to take away from our tempo. It's been a valuable asset to Oregon for a long, long time.